Is that just a nice big bead? Use my crimp brush to clean the sidewalls. Flush my cuticle area. Just like that. So that way you don't need a big brush for a whole nail, right? Because her nail base is very small, so that's all I need. Make sure it's shape. That nice crisp shape already. I use my stiletto tips, clear stiletto tips, and I just clip them down to make coffin. Welcome everybody. You see your gel art and so happy, so fast. Thank you, Carol. Can see what your set doing? Yeah, I'm doing a nice Pride multicolor set. Hey Jasmine, how are you? Welcome back. Yes, I'm back. Yeah, I know I've been missing a little bit. You guys know I've been busy, right? I've been busy. You know, I've been traveling and I'll be leaving again soon to Denver, and I have my private class in Orlando here next week. So I try to get as many sets in with you guys as possible, but I'll make sure that my team will do some lives here and there for you guys. A little bit running here, so I'm just gonna clean that out right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and do one bead for now. I haven't done one bead in a while. Make sure I don't lose it. I think it's like riding a bike. You can't ever lose the one bead technique. As long as you have nice powder control. So I can mold this. Sometimes stilettos won't give you that nice crisp sides. You can use the acrylic to mold it and get it nice and straight. So that stiletto, sometimes it has a curve in right here. Well, I make up for that during my application. When the powder is kind of wet, I kind of mold it to make sure it's nice and square. See that? And if I need a little more apex, I just gotta add it, okay? It's a tiny bead. Let it dry a little bit. Place where the apex area. Nudge upward. See? Give myself a little apex. Her nail is her nail bed is very small, so the last thing I want to do is have a ginormous apex there, okay? I just want to make sure it's nice there so that it protects her nails, that's it. But having a big apex on a small nail bed, it will just bulge out too much. Just happy with that, nice and smooth. Use my brush. I don't sell this nude, unfortunately. I ran out of the nudes I usually used, so I had to mix my own. 1, 2, 3, let it marble. Got a little bit of a dry bead of acrylic there, excess. It's okay. Flush my cuticle first, then I work the body of the nail. Very important because this area we flush. I'm able to work the acrylic downward. So using my brush, I'm brushing, I'm not tapping, I'm not patting. I like using the brush to brush. I'm gonna come up with another bead for the apex, and I'm gonna actually get a little more powder there by the cuticle area here. Make sure I have it nice and sealed. a little more powder. I'm just gonna hold this here, place at the apex. I'm gonna nudge up. I'm gonna drag down. Smooth as possibly can. See that? I'm gonna give myself more durability. Yes, I could build a little bit more apex, but I choose not to. I think this is just enough for this length. This is about a medium long. This is long, not XL, not a full tip. Because based on her natural nail bed is very small, so if I did like almost a full tip, it would just be a long. It wouldn't take on the extra long that I usually get. So your client's nail bed actually makes up some of the length for you to also, okay? So make sure that you compensate for that. If your clients want long, they have a long nail bed, and you do a long nail, it might be XL. I control the size, make sure it doesn't overflow. That's pretty it. If it's a little bit runny, I'll leave it there. And as it dries, I'll start slowly brushing the acrylic downward lightly. I notice I don't hold all the way at the metal tip. I hold back a little bit at the base of my brush. Now I go to shape. Get rid of any excess, shape my nail. Tiny little bit more powder here. There you go. Try to make sure my surface area is nice and smooth so I don't have to do a lot of work later. Means that not a lot of drilling, maybe a little bit of hand filing. Go through with the drill a little bit, just clean it up. I'm not gonna drill too hard into it. But I gotta make sure my shape is nice and crisp. You need the acrylic? I'm sorry, okay? I mix this by hand. How long before you stock monomer? Maybe a week. It'll probably take a week. This acrylic is a nude I mix myself. What I do is I mix like a soft nude, a medium nude. I don't mix it from fresh. I get it myself like a light nude, a dark nude, and a medium nude, and a little bit of pink. And that's how I mix these nudes. I like kind of like a skin tone nude. And I just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, so I don't have any formula how to mix it. So a lot of times when people try to mix nude, they try to mix it from the beginning. You don't have to. You can just buy pre-stock nudes, like light nudes, medium nudes, a little bit of pink, and mix it together and get the consistency you want. It's so hard to mix a nude from scratch. I'm not a mixer of powder, so I don't know how to do that. But I know what shades I like, and I know what, here, but this and that. So that's how I do it. Of course, the thumb is the biggest finger, so you're gonna need a little bit more apex. So I'm gonna get a bigger bead. I'm gonna let it marble a little bit. I don't want it too wet. Place it where the apex area is. Keep majority of it there. Push this up. When I'm pushing this up, I'm just using any excess I need. If I miss anything around the cuticle area, I don't want it too much, but I want to brush outward like this. Then brush downward. And leave majority of the powder right here in this general area. Only about half the bead. As the powder dries up a little more, I'm gonna go through and use my brush and brush through. Get rid of any excess on the sides. That's work for me later. You got pretty generally a nice natural apex. Remember, her natural nail bed is very small. I just want to make sure to protect this area. If I bulge the apex out too much. So that one hand application, pretty smooth. Probably less than 10 minutes there. You need that grip, huh?
Like a brand new person again.
Oh.
I don't even know what the color on yet.
Let it marble. Say 1, 2, 3 set marbles. Then you know it's ready. A lot of times you guys are placing the acrylic on too soon, too fast. You gotta let it marble so let it know if it's gonna be wet or dry. Okay. You'll know by that indicator. Don't put your powder on too quick, too soon. Sometimes the pinky could be small because of the tip. You can actually mold the powder out to make it a little bit thicker. See that? Thicken it out. Let it dry a little bit because then I'll be able to lightly mold it. So you create a little bit more thickness with the pinky at the tip. So a bit more acrylic here. See, I blend only downward. Leave the majority of the powder right there. Leaves the powder right where the apex area is. Okay. Just like that. What happens if you put on too soon? If you put on too soon, it could possibly be too runny, and then it could bleed all over your nail, flood all your nail. I'd rather have you hold on to the brush where you have more control over it than put it on the nail, and it'll be too soon, right? Too soon, you have more flooding. And that's a lot of people ask me, I have a lot of flooding, because that's probably why. Wait for it. If you see it's going to be runny, it's easy for you to hold on the brush, control on the brush, then try to work the powder while it's on the nail, right? And you have all this over your cuticle area, flowing over the sides. Yeah, give it 3 seconds to, you know, get to that consistency you want, or let you give you an indicator. The powder only takes about a few seconds for it to let you know if it's gonna be running or not. When you first pick up any bead, it's gonna look like it's gonna be stiff, but doesn't mean that after 3 seconds when the monomer starts working, that's gonna be still that stiffness or not. So you gotta give yourself some time. Good question. You already know what happens when you put the powder on too soon and it's running, right? You can already tell by the look of the acrylic, because I use my brush to brush, not to tap, that it's gonna be so smooth that I don't have to do a lot of work later. We wanna eliminate our work later, okay? And you guys can ask questions during this. This is my only set of the day, so I'll be able to see the comments, so don't be shy. After a while, you already can time it, so you don't have to really. I only put up the camera to let you guys see, so you guys can see what goes on with the powder. Every powder is the same. It goes through a marbling phase, okay? But once you get the technique down, it becomes muscle memory, and you'll be able to just pick it up, wait, without having to look at it. See that? My brush is used to brush. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. I know there's a lot of techniques out there, but I'm bringing it back the brush motion, feather motion. See that? Nothing's gonna get you a smoother surface than this. I guarantee you guys, when the powder is about medium consistency and you use your brush, the brush is gonna form everything together, nice and lightly. Okay, no tapping, no. You don't know where to start? You gotta start somewhere. How about that? Everybody starts somewhere. It's not easy, I guarantee you that. People invest a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of tears, a lot of stress and trauma learning acrylic. But I tell you one thing, if you don't stop and you keep going, give you positive energy, you'll get there. I've given birth to a lot of amazing nail techs in my classes, that some maybe are already been in the industry and just want to learn some new techniques, want to step it up. Some never touched acrylic before and now starting out in the right way. Nail techs come in all different shapes and sizes, and experience level also. Just like that. I can do application in about less than 30 minutes. Sometimes even faster, depending on my mood, the temperature of my room. See that? Marbling. I'm doing 2 beading on here just because I know that I have to go back up powder anyways. So I'm just gonna do a 2 bead just to save myself some time here. And this is my 10 brush, guys, that I'm using, okay? The smallest brush in my arsenal, a very good beginner brush, but does not mean that if you're an advanced nail tech or someone that does that work, there's still techs that are amazing that still use 10s and 12s, okay? It's how much control you have based on what you're comfortable with, and also the client's nail base size. I'm not gonna use a 16 because their nail base is so small. I don't need that big of a bead. I don't need to waste that much monomer. It's my second bead. It's gonna be my cuticle, my apex bead. So instead of splitting up, doing the 1 bead and have to go up with powder, I'm just gonna do a 2 bead, 2 big bead, and have the same effect, kind of. Give myself more time to work with. Just like that, you see? And that I'm done with application. Of course, like I always do, I show you guys how to clean my brushes and train them. First thing you do is you feather through. You see that? Right there. You see that? That means there's acrylic there. It's stuck right there. When you feather through, you feel it. So majority of the acrylic is stuck in that corner. You have some residue. You see that residue? You need to get that out, okay? Get your brush in the monomer. Lightly push forward, drag back. Both sides. A few times. Your old monomer. Now, watch the difference. You feel that featherness? You know that's free of acrylic. Means that it's not gonna drill. I'm gonna reform my brush. I'm gonna get some fresh monomer again. I'm gonna train my brush. This is where I crimped it. I'm gonna train it to make sure it stays this flatness. So those guys that have my brushes, this is how you take care of it. That's why it lasts you a year. I have people that have this brush for a year. This is the Kolinsky, the now dead 777, 10 brush, okay? A lot of you guys are wondering where the 777 went. I took that out because I didn't have that studios. I wanted to save the space with the same brush, same quality, okay? And there you go. It's gonna stay like this. It's gonna harden like this. No acrylic in it, okay? Put away my monomer. Now we're gonna go to shaping. Just gonna use a 100 grit. And my shape should already be there. And usually don't take that much time to shape. Just whenever you're shaping, this is just to make the shape crisp, okay? You're not using the hand file to actually shape the nail. I did my shaping during my application phase. This saves you time. If you're spending too much time shaping like this, you're gonna be ruining your shape, okay? Look, about 4 or 5 brush strokes on each side and have a nice crisp coffin. A lot of times we spend more time with application technique. We actually cut down our time doing the actual shaping, drilling, all that stuff, okay? This is how you increase your speed of your sets. Those of you guys are doing 3-hour sets, you need to be more efficient with your time and what you're doing with that time, okay? Efficiency is very important. I'm not speeding up, I'm just being more efficient. Everything I do is I do the proper amount of time. You know, I'm not doing excess amount of work. I'm just going through and everything, every step, every process plays a role. Because if I sit here and I keep filing over and over, what happens? I'm gonna remove too much of my shape. Guys, I just heard from the warehouse, the monomer is not out of stock, guys. So for those of you guys that are asking about the monomer, it's not out of stock, it's still in stock. So I think you have to look correctly. 16 ounces, 8 ounces are out of stock, 16 ounces are still in stock. The warehouse just messaged me. I don't know if it's a mistake or something like that. It should be back in stock. Look up 16 ounces, not 8 ounces, okay? You can soak acetone or you can soak monomer. Acetone will be quicker, but make sure that you don't do too much acetone because it can become, hey Fee, how are you? It can dry out your brush, okay? Would there be a 32 ounce? I knew you were gonna ask that. I knew someone's gonna ask that. Possibly. I'm working on it. Yeah, see? My shaping's done. Look how crisp it is. Took me less than 5 minutes. You have 3 nails missing. It's unfortunate. Thank you, Cece. You guys have been supporting me since day one. I remember a lot of you guys. Always in the lives, always sharing, commenting. You know, I appreciate that. Yes, see how quick I go through the shaping? I'm crisping up my shape. I'm not shaping per se. My shape is already there. See? My shape is already here. All I'm doing is using the hand file to make it more crispy. That's it. Getting rid of any excess. There you go. Just like that. Quick and painless. A lot of you guys are spending 20, 30 minutes shaping. Oh my gosh. Please don't. You're actually removing the shape. You're not actually shaping it no more, okay? Make sure everything is the same length. Go back through and check length. Okay, nice. And there we have it, guys. Application, shaping, everything finished. Probably 30 minutes. Now I'm gonna use my fine, my fine sharp drill bit, 501 custom. This is the one I came up with myself. And now I'm gonna do cuticle work. I'm gonna go through and clean up the cuticle, flush it down. This is the most important part of this bit, doing this here, because you're gonna make sure that the nails doesn't lift, so it doesn't pop off. A lot of you guys are having issues with nails popping off. I'm just gonna go through lightly, because I know my application is smooth. I'm not gonna put too much force onto my drill bit, because I don't want to drill into the thickness when it's already smooth, remember? Clean up underneath, anything on the sides. So much, there's a ball in here, so. Circular motion. This is my sharp bit. I have this in safety also for those that are new to drilling and don't want to cut the client. I have it in safety also, okay? Just gonna go through and just lightly smooth everything out. I'm not gonna put pressure on it, so I want my nice, see how the shape stays. Same thing. Get the size. These corners here are very important. Any excess acrylic in there is gonna lift. When it grows out, it's gonna wear and tear. Okay? Very lightly, you see that? Earlier, my application is smooth, so the last thing I want to do is make it worse. I'm just using the drill bit, I'm using the weight of the drill to just smooth everything out. Any excess underneath. See? Simply just go downward. You'll know when there's any resistance, when it's not smooth. When it's not smooth, it won't make that sound. It'll make it like a screeching sound. Yeah, this color acrylic I made, I'm sorry guys. I ran out of some of my chisel powder and I had to make my own. I've been using a lot of nudes lately. There you guys go. Hey Arlene, welcome to the channel. Just like that. The smoother it is, you can feel it. You know that. Okay, don't be drilling too much into it. Sometimes this drill can make more work for yourself. When you have good application, it's hard not to drill, right? You really gotta control your need to drill. Just like that. See how crisp the shape is? I am in the United States. Hey, Royal, how are you? You're not busy, Royal? Go through the same process over and over again. Blending down. Now go in circular motion. Make sure that the curvature is there. Right here on the side. Sometimes, a lot of times, people drill and they just drill the top and they leave like a edge here. And when you polish, do designs, then it shows up. You have to get around there and just curve it out, smooth it out. It has to have like a smooth circular motion, okay? There you guys go. One hand down. Ooh, best nude color. I would have to say 169 is a good nude color. Solid 169. And this pinky is always as hardest to do because they're so small. Just be careful. Go slow if you have to. I run at like maybe a 10 speed, but you guys can run at a 7 just to be more in control. Let's go. You're welcome. Oop, careful. I always use my finger to hold back the skin a little bit. Oh my god, this one's so smooth. I don't even want to drill onto it. Ah! I'm not. I'm just gonna go do and clean up. This is already so smooth. I don't want to even mess this up. I can tell when I'm just drilling into it, it's just so smooth. Your drill will let you know when there's uneven surfaces. It'll make like a screeching noise, or like, you know, really, you'll feel it actually. Sometimes when you did smooth application already, look at that crisp shape. Last thing you want to do is mess that up, right? You need a new drill. You can use Medicool Pro Power 20K. Very good brand. I don't have any drill brands out yet, unfortunately. Just like that. And we're almost finished here. Last two fingers here, guys. And we're gonna go straight to the design. Pretty quick, right? Yep, see that? That sound? Just relax, okay? Tell your client to relax so you don't cut them. If you tell your client to relax and you still cut them, that means that they didn't relax. Just kidding.
They got tense.
Sometimes it'd be the client's fault. So if you let them know to relax, you don't want to cut them. And we're on the last finger here, and then we're gonna buff. Actually, I'm gonna check the shape, buff, and have her wash her hands. And we'll do the design. I'll use some neon ink marbling to make a nice pride set, and then I'll do a nice heart with my gel art paint. Get these nice corners, okay? I know it's hard, but you can reposition the client's fingers to make it easy for yourself to get into those corners. If you don't get those corners, they're gonna lift when they grow out, okay? It's very important you guys get these corners here. And that's that. There you guys go. About this thickness is what I keep it. Check. Everything is good. Give it a nice buff. Not gonna buff my corners because I don't want it to be rounded out. I'm just gonna buff upward. This buff smooths out any surface area.
Before we could do the design. Can I use the restroom?
Yeah, go ahead and use the restroom and wash your hands.
I'm not sure where it is.
Other side. Go out here, turn right.
Okay.
Go to the other side, towards the back.
Okay.
Wash your hands. And there you have it. I'm gonna do multiple hearts, so I'm using my gel art set. Probably gonna do the neon colors. Blue, reds. Of course, they're not opened. I feel like I go through a new set every time, guys. You know what I do? I use this, I go through the set and I bring it to my class. I'm just gonna open it like this because I just need to dip my art brush in there. I don't really have to go too crazy in there. So I'm just gonna open it like that. I should have a red over here already open, I believe. Where's that? That's not red over here already open, so I'm gonna use this red here. And accidentally sealed it tight. Never mind, I might as well open this whole set. I usually bring this to my class and I let my students play with it, and then I never see it again. Some good colors. This is Thuc gel art paint. Out. So to do my pride design, I'll be using inks, like neon inks. This one's from Nguyen. You can get these on pretty much anywhere on the internet, some different than others. It's got blue, pinks, yellow, greens to match, orange. Black, red, ooh, wow, that's a lot. I'm not gonna use as much colors as that, but we'll see. Okay. So red, yellow, green, blue. Yeah, I can use the neon green too. I'm gonna use this later. I'm gonna do the ink marbling first. It's nice green. And of course, I will be using my striper brush. Seems like I'm doing a lot of stuff, right? Yep, that's what you do. You have to design. You want those Instagram sets. You have to have all the products. Make sure you have everything ready, okay? And I'm gonna use my oval 3D brush, the oval end, to do apply my ink. Well, kind of blend my ink out a little bit. Bit of acetone. acetone in here. Okay. I like to have everything out. Regular gel polish. And also your gel polish and my matte top coat. My matte top coat. That's for ink marbling. Okay, when she gets back, I'll be able to start here, guys. Thank you for. And also use this gold glitter here later too. Yeah, that's a lot for this design. Oh yeah. Wow, knowing me, I sell it, but I don't have it here with me. My palette tray here. What a rook. I am embarrassed. Oh well. I'll use the surface of this cap here. A little white polish here. I'll clean this off later. First thing I'm gonna do is apply this white polish. It's gonna be my base for my ink. Come move, please. Hold on. Clean this brush a little bit more. Brush that has a lot of product on it. It was not absorbing my polish. There you go. Make sure you get nice and straight. I'm gonna do just a quarter. This is a Nguyen inspired design. I don't know if you guys know who Nguyen is. I just took a class with him. Very great artist. Let's save this for the heart. I don't know what the thumb look like, so I'm just gonna go across this. Okay, so I'm gonna let it cure. And switch it up a little bit for this side. do the heart one hand, okay?
Okay. Can you do the heart on my pointer finger on this side so I can get it in pictures?
We wouldn't be able to get pictures in the other hand?
Well, not if I take it myself. I mean, like, yeah, pictures for this set, but just like to have a design on my hand.
So you want it on the pointer finger?
Yeah, like I want one on, well, I want one on my right hand and then one on my finger, pointer finger. If that's possible. That's what I was.
Alright, it'd be more money.
Yeah, that's okay.
See it, thumb? That's it. We'll do this side. Okay, so once we have our white base down, I'm not too worried about this being perfect because I gotta outline it with gold anyway when I'm finished. Right. Matte top coat time. I'm using my matte. This is the best matte you can use for any ink marbling. For a really nice velvety matte. My top coat, my matte, actually really fire. Should I clean up? Just spray a nice thin coat of matte, okay? I want to matte this one too because I gotta put the design on this one anyway, so gives me a smoother surface to draw on. Okay, in. Very thin coat. You don't remember we're doing layers, so we don't want to lose our shape as much as possible, okay? Minimize how much of a shape we lose as much as possible. Very thin coat. I just want the surface, the texture, okay? Okay, now is the most important part. Applying my ink. Switch. Nice smooth surface. Take that hand out. What? You don't have to put it in. The ink doesn't need to be clear.
Oh, nice. That color looks so cool. I probably could have done onto my nails just that one.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's that, like highlighter?
No, it's an ink.
Really? So pretty.
Just gonna apply this on first. We don't need a lot because we're gonna use acetone to break this up a little bit. Okay. Alright, acetone. Let me use my oval flat brush. Just a tiny bit, okay? Kind of blend these two colors in together. I don't want to get on the nude, so I'm going to clean up as much off the nude as possible. Just want to get all these harsh lines out. This is how these two colors make purple. I don't want to blend everything in, okay? Just together. I don't want to crowd the space. Just in between here. This brush is like made for it. Okay, you can't use any brush to do that. Actually, I kind of use the ink to make the heart too. You should do that. Try the heart out and use the ink. I really don't have to use my gel paint. Try very hard not to get the ink into my nude. I don't want that, okay? I just want to keep it in this white area here. You can clean up any excess if it goes over, but we don't want that. Yeah, you don't have to do that. I'm not gonna use my gel art. I just really like the ink aspect right now.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I think a whole nail would be so cool to look at.
Mm-hmm.
It's really pretty.
You know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna draw.
You want to make a whole ink nail?
You don't want the heart?
Well, like a heart on one and then make one like all the marble color.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be so cool to look at.
Look at that, she changed her mind already.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks awesome.
Don't worry, as long as I get paid, you can change your mind all you want.
Love it. Yeah, this is so nice.
So we just want to do the whole nail again.
It's like a whole side eye and then a heart on one.
This one I'm gonna draw. Go ahead. This one I'm gonna use my detailer brush to draw the heart. I'm gonna use my 3D side. I'm gonna paint in this heart. Pride Month, we gotta show love. This heart in it a little bit. Of course, we gotta mat this. I'm just gonna put a little bit more paint on here for the heart, just so we can get a nice base. Take it out, put it back in. Okay, switch. I just apply the ink like I did the other ones.
It's like the prettiest pride set I've seen. I've been looking at nail art and stuff for
Yeah, we did our own little thing here.
yeah, it looks really good.
Oh no, you don't have to put that in. Mat this. Ooh, that's gonna annoy me later. I gotta get rid of all that excess residue here. The white. There you go. It'll show up later. Now it's gonna annoy me.
Back in.
Same thing. Make sure I get the shape of the heart. Okay. Go ahead. So now I'm gonna finish off with we're gonna do the nude matted. This is gonna be shiny. So I'm gonna do this. Where's my shiny top coat? Use my shiny top coat. Clean some of this excess up here. Okay. So my last touch is I'm gonna add this gold. That's the outline. Remember earlier I said I don't have to be really perfect on this because I have to go with the gold anyways. So I already have the matte to protect the nude. Ooh, the fuck? Ooh, I did top coat. No, it's fine, it's fine. I forgot to do the top coat on this side, but it's fine. I can go back through. That gold's so pretty. You know what I did? I didn't use my shiny top. This is why I'm mad again. I'm so silly.
Matte would look cool too.
I know. I want to do the other one shiny.
Yeah.
That's so silly. That's what I just could have sworn I did.
On the left hand.
Huh?
You can do
No, both
shiny.
are matted because I put 2 coats of matte by accident.
Yeah,
It's okay.
It looks cool.
Oh, these are both my matte. I should have noticed. Crap.
Beautiful.
Ah.
I love that.
No. I'm not gonna be happy with that. It needs to be more crisp. Reason I don't use acetone to remove that, because if I use acetone, I'm gonna go right into my ink. I don't want that. So I just remove it with my paper towel. I'm gonna use my detailer brush for that. For long lines like this, I can use my liner brush. But if I have to go and do the heart, I have to use my detailer brush. It gives me the ability to go around the corners a little bit easier. Right? Go in. Yeah, this is shiny. Here's my shiny top coat. Ooh. Guys. Here it is. Ugh. Before I do this, I'm just gonna go through, since I did so many layers, I'm gonna reshape my nail real quick. First, I'm gonna put the cap on these ones because I don't want these to get contaminated with the powder. Put away everything here. Sometimes when you do designs, you kind of get like your shape get lost because of the layers. Just go back through. Do this before you do the final, because you don't want to do this after you top coat because you're gonna break the seal. So I'm just gonna go and crisp up the shape again a little bit. Just a little bit of a trick. Because remember, we're gonna seal everything in with the top coat. So you don't want to seal the top coat and then do this, and then you're gonna lose a lot of the shape. Any thickness from the white polish, all that stuff, I'll be able to just nicely crisp it back up again. Or like if you let's say you painted a little bit too thick, you can crisp those corners up again. My finishing touch would be adding the, dust it off. No, I'm using my top coat, actual top coat this time. All right, guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this set. Happy Pride Month for everybody that celebrates Pride Month. We did a nice Pride set with some love, heart. We should all love each other. It doesn't matter, right? For those that celebrate Pride Month, this set is for you. All due respect. Actually, in the future, actually do the gold line first before you do the clear. And take it out. Put it in. And we're finished, guys. Thank you for being here. And I'm actually heading out of town right now to pick up some stuff for my class. And just wanted to see some of the comments here. Okay, I wasn't able to see the comments because I was looking at the inspo pic, but thank you guys. Happy Pride Month. I will post a picture of the set.